Hello and welcome to From Tree to Book Writers Group.
We are your panel. I'm Eliwood.
I'm Anna.
And I'm Overlord Supreme Cat Queen Sam. This podcast is for writers anywhere on their writing journey, because no matter where you are, as long as you're not writing it wrong.
Tonight we're going to do a little chatting about writing. We'll share what we're working on and we'll play some fun games.
Then, at the end of this chapter, we're going to keep each other company during a 25-minute writing sprint that we hope you'll join us for.
Although you can always skip it if you want.
We hope you won't. All right, a little business first of all. What are you drinking? What are you drinking it out of?
Sam, why don't you go first?
Is
I am drinking
a little too husky. What are you drinking out of?
Well, you have.
I'm drinking my usual nighttime chamomile blend, because we tend to be recording on, in the evenings, and I have to get up early in the morning for the office day. So
I am digging that green mug. That is gorgeous.
This is an old Starbucks mug. I got this when I like 10, 15 years ago. I don't think they sell this style anymore.
Oh, wow.
No, because they're always cycling it through. Oh, all right. Vintage Starbucks mug. Nice.
Awesome. Yeah.
Ellie, what are you drinking?
Well, I took a page out of Sam's book, and I'm just hydrating today out of Big Water, not a sponsor.
I love it.
It's very nice and has this built-in straw.
Ooh.
That's what I'm rocking today.
Fancy.
I think I should probably block the logo, but I'm drinking a grapefruit citrus brand drink.
Which no one can absolutely
Very
guess.
refreshing.
I would never know. I could never possibly
But if you're interested in sponsoring us, we have literally tens of listeners.
We are just one hand away from corporate sponsorship.
Really what we're in it for.
Yep.
All right. Do we have any other business? Do we want to check in on Monster Mash? How's it? Because it's by the time folks are listening to it, it'll be April, and Monster Mash Madness will officially have reached its conclusion.
Yeah.
How's everybody feeling?
Fortunately,
I
think it was a successful Monster Mash this year, personally.
Yay! Ellie, remind me what your monsters were again.
I had Dragon, Eldritch God, and the Jersey Devil, and we got all three.
I feel like scale-wise, Eldritch God, Dragon, and then like Jersey Devil's definitely getting like lost in there. I think
what's funny is like we do go in order of scale. Like we go Jersey Devil, Dragon, Eldritch God.
Oh, there's multiple dragons?
No, just some repeats. Actually, there's Jersey Devil, Dragon, Jersey Devil, and Dragon. And anyway, it gets creative.
I love that for you and for them. I really hope they enjoyed themselves.
Well, the female main character Hazel definitely did.
Nice.
Because that's my personal requirement.
Did you name your main character Hazel?
I did. Yes.
That was Anna's character's name in the first one.
Yeah, my first Monster Mash name was Hazel. Is this a sequel with the same character that we didn't even know about?
Possibly. If so, considering she did hit the climax with an Eldritch God.
Had a long relationship, yeah.
Well, I guess she has a type,
she left
really.
him for her and the hunter. It was a complicated evening.
But yeah,
Sam, how did your book turn out?
Well, by the time this podcast airs, I will be done.
Yay!
Yes, you will be.
Yep. We know it. We're speaking it into truth.
Yep. But I think I'm doing pretty well. I this past weekend I more than doubled my word count, so I am.
That's fantastic.
Feeling good, and I'm pantsing my way through this one, you guys.
What?
Wow. Do you hate it?
Incredible.
Or is it freeing?
I mean, it's a little bit of both, because I'm just writing scenes, and if they connect, sure, that's fine. It's fine.
That's the spirit of Monster Mash Madness.
Exactly.
Yes, it is. You know what? It's all about pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, which you're absolutely doing if you're pantsing. So that's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm very proud of you.
Good for you.
Thank you. What about you, Anna?
I cannot say that I'm plotting. I am not. I am pantsing more than usual. I am. So yeah, by the time this airs, I will be done. I'm very close to done. I had a couple of really good writing sessions last week. It's one of those things where, like, I don't like this well enough that I'm going to go back and like rewrite the beginning, and like I'm not doing a second draft, but as I'm writing, I'm like, oh, I wish I'd thought of this. And like this is part of like my method as a pantser is like I write and I'm writing organically and it's coming, and then I'm like, oh, I need to lay that groundwork earlier. Now I've discovered who the character is and where they're going. I need to lay that groundwork earlier. Second draft, I'm fixing it. I'm not doing a second draft for this one. So in my head, this scene would be different, but the page will never change. But I'm going to finish it, and I am enjoying it. And it's a bunch of more immortals toying with an attractive but not very smart himbo who just wandered into
Living his
Dracula's
best
party.
life.
Living his best life for as long as it lasts, which might only be the evening, but
we won't know.
Here. Yeah, so it's good times.
Excellent.
Very excellent.
And because I have both the Lamia, who was like a very much associated with like water and like being a water snake, and the Kraken, there is a lot of aquatic adventuring in this one.
Nice.
Yeah,
good for her.
Whether I wanted it or not. Yeah, good for all of them.
We love to see it.
Well, anyways, for our listeners, if you're participating in the Monster Mash Madness, we hope you had a fantastic time and that it was an interesting experience and you enjoyed it and that you will want to do it again. And if you're really enjoying what you're writing and you want to keep writing it the way Ellie did last year, where she ended up completely turning it into a novel, like that's even better. But even if you never pick it up again, it's just there is no better way to learn how to write than to write. So even if you're writing something that's just for you, that's how I've gotten better, and I am still growing. I wouldn't even say I'm, anywhere near where I want to be, and so I just have to keep writing, and I know that's the experience for you too as well. So we hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to, I don't know, message us and let us know what you worked on and what your experience was, we'd love to hear about it.
Yes, and thank you for everyone who's been sharing and supporting and chatting along the way.
Yeah, we've had some fun posts on Blue Sky. People have been responding to and engaging with the challenge.
The spirit of Monster Mash is giving and sharing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I this could be the next NaNoWriMo.
I think it's in my heart. It's already.
Yeah.
It's not NaNoWriMo. It's Montsmo. Montsmo. I thought I would get there when I started the sentence, but I wasn't actually going anywhere.
The point is, the more people are writing smut, the less they're going out there and knocking over liquor stores. So that's really we're helping.
We're cleaning up the streets one monster at a time.
Here's to another successful monster nut.
Here's to here.
Who wants to talk about our introduce what our topic is for the evening or for the? It might be daytime. People might be listening during the day.
I don't know.
Who wants to talk about the topic for this chapter?
I'm looking at you, Sam.
Me? Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's you.
I know you can't tell through the camera, but I'm looking directly at you.
Okay.
It does not look like that to me. Yeah.
Wait, does it look like I'm looking at Sam now?
I'm looking at you. Sam, what are we talking about?
Today we're talking about how to kill your darlings. Dun dun dun.
All right, I had the wrong emotional reaction there. Let's do it. Let's say it again, Sam. Play it again, Sam. You've never had that trick before in your life, I know.
No, I've never heard that before. Today we're talking about how to kill your darlings. Dun dun dun.
That was good. I liked yours, Ellie.
That was good.
So I think we've all heard this phrase before, or hopefully you've heard this phrase before, that like you have to kill your darlings So when you're creating something, often, and I had a screenwriting professor in college who was like, whatever your favorite scene is, except she had an Australian accent. So she's like, whatever your favorite scene is, you got to kick that wallaby out. Is exactly what she said, word for word.
I feel like I'm in Australia.
Right. I apologize to an entire continent of humans. If you love it, her point was, if you love it, it's probably too different from everything else around it, and it sticks out, and it's going to actually interrupt the flow. And I don't think she was like 100% right about that, or just about anything else that she said in that class. But it's sometimes you have to take something that you personally enjoy, and you have to make the hard decision that it doesn't fit, and it's not right, and you have to let it go. So let's talk about times when you have had to cut something out that you loved or were fond of.
I'm looking at you now, Anna.
I was looking at you, Ellie.
Ah!
Well, fine. Well, maybe you should go last because your example, I think, is a really good one. Mine is not nearly as compelling, but the first draft of Promise Before Midnight, which I have finished the second draft and haven't touched in months, but the first draft, I was so proud of the opening lines. Like, I thought I had this wonderful dichotomy of language and the introduction of the characters, where it's like comparing the two rivals, and it like contrasted them beautifully. And then I put the draft down and I walked away, and I came back to the second draft and I picked it up. I was like, this is so boring. It's so boring. There's no action. Like, you can't start with that. No one is going to get past the first page. And I really had to rethink the entire intro to the book. And I was so proud of it. I was so pleased, and it was just very wrong. And I needed to step away from the book for a little while to come back and realize it. And actually, I haven't read it in a few months, and now I'm thinking, what did I replace it with? And do I need to rip that apart and sew that back up again? I'm not sure. But yeah, that's one of my experiences.
You'll find that perfect beginning, even if you have to go through every single other beginning first.
Beginnings are hard.
They are. They really are.
Right.
Like, there's so much extra tension on beginnings. Yeah, 'cause literally, it's like the first introduction. Like, you have to, like, don't judge a book by its cover, but you're definitely going to judge a book by the first page.
Sentence. Yeah, the first page for sure. And it's funny. I actually think part of why I'm a pantser is because I will think of a great first sentence, and then like, I don't know what the story is, but I got to see where it's going. So I do enjoy when I get a good hook like that. But yeah, this one was just not it. I thought it was. Yeah. It was not.
But it still brought you the rest of the book. So.
Yeah. I mean, that one was actually inspired by a dream I had. So the real like nugget of that book is about 2/3 of the way through. Like, you have to do a lot of work to get to that scene. But it is that one I haven't killed yet. That one's still in there.
Well, there we go.
Oh my hi, Garnet.
Yeah, she's
cat count.
She's never known love, affection, or food before, so she's having a bit of a reaction to having pets for the first time.
Is asleep behind me and pretending that I didn't interrupt her beautiful nap, because she was asleep in here when I came in, and she did not say I could turn the lights on and start making noise in this room. So she's pretending I'm not here.
How dare you?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh,
hi, honey.
She still wants to be in frame.
Yeah, she was in my sweatshirt right before we were recording.
Oh my gosh, she's such a baby.
She is. She's I'm sorry for this interruption of this topic.
I'm not. Absolutely, I'm not.
Oh, if anyone's only listening and they're not watching the YouTube, Ellie's cat is literally just like draping herself across Ellie's shoulder and then like leaning into her hand for scratches. And then she like got up and walked away, circled around and came immediately back. And Ellie's holding her like a baby over her shoulder who's being burped. Like, yeah, just burp that kitty cat. And she's a beautiful tabby who cannot be without human contact.
Let me see if I can we show your beautiful mittens on camera? My beautiful polydactyl princess. Oh, no, we got bites.
Yep. Yeah,
she got shy.
She just wants to be on your shoulder. She bit.
No. I mean, she doesn't have any teeth, so like it's fine.
It's fine.
So too many toes and not enough teeth.
Tomatoes, not enough teeth. That would be a great autobiography.
I was just gonna say title for autobiography.
Have a great first line.
Anyway, I'm so sorry, Sam. Please
No, it's totally.
Yeah, Sam, tell us about a time you've had to
do a murder.
help something you loved. Tell us about your murder. Confess.
So I mean, I guess it's like just for recently for Monster Mash, like it had a really great opening, and like I thought it had like a really great storyline, and it's not necessarily kill your darling, but like I realized that I hate fucking fairies. And in order for my opening to really work, the fairy needed to be like the main driver and the main character, and like I needed to build the world around like and I was just like, no, I can't do it. So I basically just scrapped that entire opening and started from scratch, because it was really hard, because it was just really started off with a really nice comedic tone and kind of like set the tone for the whole story, but I just hate fucking fairies, so I couldn't do it.
You hate fucking fairies, and you hate.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
All of it. Mm-hmm.
Is there anything from there that you can like reuse for something else? Is there any text or character beats that you can?
I kept the names, and that was about it.
Okay.
But are you happier now after your mess murder?
Yes, because I still like there's still a character, like they still have the fairy character, but he's like kind of like he's not a point of view character. He's just kind of along for the ride, and that's
so that you don't have to think about his psyche at all.
Exactly.
It's for the best sometimes.
There you go. Yeah.
So I was like, peace out. Sorry.
That's fair.
We're done.
I get it.
Yep.
Sometimes that's the right choice.
Exactly. But I feel like, Ellie, you have a really, really great.
Yeah, you got to tell us yours. It's such a good story.
Right. Picture this. You're in a theater. The curtains close. No, they open. They open at the start of a play. I don't know theater.
That's how plays start.
That's how plays start. The curtains open. And it's John Hammond, the creator of Jurassic Park, in the movie and book, not the actual Michael Crichton. John Hammond comes out on stage and directly addresses the audience before breaking into song. Because this is Jurassic Park the musical. And it's actually got a fourth wall breaking component through John Hammond, who never actually leaves the stage, but we watch as this man, once proud and mighty, watches with the audience in real time the devastation that his dream has brought upon the world. And we get within this themes, motives, metaphors. You like similes? We got some similes. And we find out at the end, once we go all the way through the book that this musical was set in, that it's actually a really cool parallel to some of the other stuff that was going on. But it turns out, when you have a book, having a story within the book, especially when it's a musical, and also when you're like at 140,000 words, might not be the best idea. And what really happened, this lasted through, I think, the first 4 drafts of Blue Dye Beach before I finally had to cut Jurassic Park the musical. But in Blue Dye Beach, we have main character Edie, who's reuniting with her estranged father, Teddy, who is big in the local community theater scene. And one of their initial bonding moments was her kind of helping him out in his very exciting role of John Hammond in Jurassic Park the musical. And it just...
Could have been.
Teddy had a rival in the community theater. We got to know his director. There were 2 guys who were all the dinosaurs, sometimes separate dinosaurs, sometimes both doing the Bronto.
Oh,
it was
the
a whole.
It would have been brilliant.
I know. If it wasn't like in a book.
See that for the graphic novel?
I mean, actually, nope. We're not going down that road.
Is there any concern about like copyright infringement or anything like that?
Also definitely, like, this was in the phase of like, I'm just writing this, I don't know what I'm doing. And so definitely kind of the combination of like, does this have to be Jurassic Park the musical? Or or musical, as words work.
Cretaceous Lawn the musical.
Cretaceous Lawn the musical. Triassic. Yeah, I got nothing.
Triassic Adventure.
Something,
Triassic Zoo.
Either way, but it also just it became such a significant subplot that it was. While I do think there was a lot of really cool stuff I was tying to some other larger themes of the book, it was taking up too much like emotional space. And I still needed like Teddy's still in the community theater, Edie still bonds with him and is kind of discovering her own love of music through kind of helping him rehearse. But I changed it to Death of a Salesman the musical. One, because like that was funnier as like a throwaway joke. Like it's just like a nice little throwaway moment. But also I wasn't as emotionally invested in it, so I knew I wasn't going to run away with it.
Mhm.
So we kept the byline, we kept the subplot, but we kept it where it needed to be. And
Yeah.
Jurassic Park the musical is just what could have been.
Gone too soon.
Gone too
So
soon.
having now read Blue Dye Beach, which I very much enjoyed. I mean, it is on the longer side, and I feel like, especially since that was in the first part of the book when there's so much
Yeah.
world building happening,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have to agree, it would have really slowed things down at a time when you couldn't
Yeah.
afford to slow it down. And as much fun as that whole concept is,
Yeah.
it doesn't really
It's
serve the story you were trying to tell.
it's a good concept. It wasn't the right medium. And sometimes that's just what happens. And you know?
I think so. I know you're working on the sequels. I think that we should assume that sometime between Edie leaving and the 10-year time jump to second half of the book, that Teddy did do a production of Jurassic Park, and maybe you can just like subtly sprinkle in references to it, like, oh well, that was a few years ago when I was playing John Hammond, and maybe she finds
Yeah,
his white
maybe.
suit in the closet, or just like
Right next to his barbershop quartet uniform. Absolutely.
right? Or he has some leftover dinosaur puppets in the house. He's from. I'm also picturing his narrator character as the very similar to the narrator from Rocky Horror Picture Show, like that
Oh.
vibe.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it's like Jurassic Park, the interactive sexy musical. I don't know.
I think you're being a little over-explained. It's Jurassic Park, of course. It's going to be sexy.
It will be interactive.
I mean, anything's interactive if you jump on stage. Don't jump on stage. Even I know not to do that.
Just, is the audience like shouting the famous lines back?
Okay, that actually would be really fun.
Your scientists never asked if they should. They only asked if they could, not if they should.
One of the musical numbers was just Dino DNA.
Nice.
Dino DNA.
I had to base an entire number off of it.
See, now I just want you to write a musical about this based on Jurassic Park and do that. I'm sure Spielberg will sign off on it.
Well, the real controversial piece was that it was explicitly based on the movie, not on the book. Because, in my opinion, the movie would lend itself more to the theatricality. Well, I love the book, but the movie's already got that visual spin on it.
That's a tough one.
I know. It's a musical based on a movie based on a book.
Those have happened before. Well, then there's like The Producers, which is a movie based on a musical based on a movie.
Yes, that's also true. We can really just get away with whatever we want.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking, like, the more you publish the Blue Dye books and the sequels, like, people are going to want just more of the world. So that's when you kind of release, like, all of these kind of sidelines, right? So, like,
it's true.
It as its own thing in the world of Blue Dye, and people were like, eat that stuff up.
It's a whole novella about Jurassic Park the musical, and
I mean, save it. I hope you saved it.
I mean, yeah, I've saved all my previous drafts, and
short story.
I think I have somewhere even a list of numbers, like the full song list, starting with "Welcome to Jurassic Park," of course.
Of course,
welcome to Jurassic Park.
Richard Kiley,
and you'd have to like. The score is so iconic. You'd have to include the theme music.
Of course, yeah.
Motif.
And it built itself in so nicely in that way.
Sure. Wow. Sounds incredible.
Yeah.
And I completely agree with the choice to remove it for the sake of your book. But so epic. So
Sometimes
choice.
you just have to take what you love and shoot it in the head. It's fine.
Yeah, you had to smother it with a pillow.
I had to get one of those venom spitting dinosaurs with the frills and send it after it.
Of course.
Yeah.
But I think that is a textbook case of it was so good that it was distracting.
Yeah.
It's such a fun idea, but it's distracting from the actual story you're trying to tell. And I think my
Absolutely.
example is not that. I think my example was it was just not good. And I was the only one who liked it, and I had to realize that.
I mean, that's
I think
the two sides of that coin, though. Like, there's the like, it's great, but it's not working, and then there's the like, I want it and I want to defend it, and both impulses are very difficult to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I definitely. Oh, go ahead, Sam.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I definitely I cut other things from between draft 1 and draft 2 that I was sure were like, well, this is gonna like I had a whole mother-in-law character who was gonna show up uh halfway through the book and kind of take things over. And I was like, that's coming in when like things are building, and I cannot have someone coming in and slowing things down. Like, we just need to get to Christmas Eve and we have to get to the fireworks factory. It's like I had to remove things that were slowing it down, and like that character would have absolutely slowed it all down. Go ahead, Sam.
I was just gonna say it's just interesting too, like how there's two sides of the different coins, but there's also like, some things you recognize more quickly. Like, so Anna, like, you recognized yours in the very next draft, but like Ellie took more time to kind of realize like what it was. And so it's like sometimes you really need that time and distance away and like through it before you really recognize like, oh, this is something that I love, but it's really got to go. And there are other times where it's just like you read it through and you're like, yeah, no, like I love it, but it's like it's not working. And so I think it's interesting how there again, like we've talked about basically all season long, is like there's no one way to do anything. There's no one way to identify anything. Like it's really, you kind of have to like, it's like all constant learning process, and just kind of, constantly just checking in with yourself, like not just others, but just checking in with yourself as you're kind of doing all of this.
Yeah.
To that, I definitely recommend too. Just trying a bunch of different things. Like each draft is kind of a chance to like try a new technique. Like keep what works, but build on it. Like I won't go too crazy in depth on this, but one of the things that really helped me identify that like, hey, this has got to get condensed. This has got to, get removed, shaved down. Right before I started writing that draft, because like I do like somewhere in between plotting and pantsing my world building, but I had never actually sat down and like not just I didn't do a scene planning. I actually went through my entire, like before each draft I take notes and like while I edit, and I pieced together like the full scene list from those notes because it helped me take, okay, these are my takeaways as I was reading through it. This is how it actually reads through as a reader. And that doing that in that draft helped me really identify like, okay, this is where we're getting a lot of slowdown. But I had to be like trying a new exercise basically to like have that kind of distance to identify it. So, try different techniques, try different tips, and if they don't work, they don't work. That's fine. But, you might have something that helps you out.
And Ellie, you had like beta readers. Did anyone like say anything about the musical, or was there anyone else who like kind of came to the conclusion that you ended up coming to?
I don't remember is the very honest answer. I don't think so, but I'm sure like there's a very high possibility someone did, or at least said something that kind of like put the worm in my brain. And if you did, thank you. And I'm sorry, I don't remember. But yeah, that is definitely
another technique is like, and I think, good beta readers are hard to find because like it's not only being willing to spend the time reading, but also like giving helpful feedback. But
Yeah.
part of giving helpful feedback is you have to be willing to say the things that are hard to hear, and then you as a writer have to be willing to hear them.
Yeah,
Not easy.
I feel like we could have a really good conversation about beta reading. One of the things that I have heard from beta readers that's just been really helpful for me is when they just say like, "Hey, like this, like I don't understand what's happening here. This doesn't feel right to me." Like when they're descriptive, not prescriptive. Like if a beta reader is saying like, "Hey, this scene should be like in this POV," or "the scene should like," that can be a little harder to like mesh with, like, because you're like, well, this is my vision, this is how I want to execute it.
Yeah.
But just hearing like, hey, this is confusing, this isn't working, I don't really like, I'm not enjoying this moment, I'm not enjoying this character, that is really like, that becomes problem solving, and I think can be really helpful, and that's definitely the kind of thing that's helped
solution
me.
does end up being changing the POV, but like that's your call.
Yeah.
So instead of jumping to solution, they need to tell you what the problem is and then let you figure out the solution. Yeah.
Yeah. And it also like it just helps me to understand like this is how it's hitting someone else. Like I know how it's hitting in my brain, but it helps me more if someone else says, "Hey, this is how it's hitting me."
Yeah.
It helps me remove myself from the equation. Sometimes the darling you have to kill is your own point of view.
It's your own point of view. It's your own opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I've definitely had to kill a lot of those darlings.
No, murder is easy, as Agatha Christie once said.
Mm-hmm.
She said a lot of things about murder, actually.
Man, she's like obsessed,
right? Do you guys want to play some fun games?
I would love to play some fun games.
All right, Ellie, it's your game, so tell us about it.
So I named this game Who, What, Where. And I just think it would be really fun. So we'll each take turns giving each other 3 different pieces of media. Could be a book, could be a movie, could be a TV show, whatever. Or all of the above. Could be Jurassic Park the musical. And then, so if, like, say if I get 3 pieces of media, I have to decide to keep one from each. I have to keep the characters from one, plot from another, and the setting from the other, and then share that final pitch. What do you guys think?
I'm very excited.
Give it a try.
Okay. Shall I prescribe first?
Yes.
Do it.
Okay. So, Anna, I need you to pick a who and what and where from these 3 things. Moana, The Hobbit, movies or book, I'll let you decide, and Fantastic Mr. Fox. Also movies or book.
Movie or book, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a couple of different ways I could go with this. And as much as I think it'd be fun to see a bunch of dwarves on a boat, I think I'm gonna go with Mr. Fox and a cohort of adorable rascally animals are going to have to board a boat, sail the ocean to steal a dragon's hoard out from under him.
Ooh.
Nice.
What are some of the are we going to get to see Mr. Badger? Who's going
Mr.
on?
Fox, it's Mr. Fox, it's his ravishing wife, Mrs. Fox, Mr. Badger, the possum who plays dead really convincingly. That's going to come in clutch when they have to escape from the dragon. With all of his dragon gold.
Getting all the gold onto that boat.
Of course, there will be shenanigans aboard the boat because it is not really something that small woodland critters are really known for, is sailing boats across the Pacific Ocean.
I think
so
that's
there'll
true.
be hijinks.
Nice.
That sounds delightfully and charming.
It will be delightful. The animation is going to be just.
I assume George and Meryl are already on board.
I have them on speed dial. They're really excited. I do want to point out that Moana and The Hobbit and Fantastic Mr. Fox all have a thematic element. They're all about theft.
Very nice.
They're important.
Yeah.
So
often for the greater good.
Mm-hmm.
The greater good. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to challenge Sam
Mm-hmm.
to give me a character, a plot, and a setting from each of these. The Rocky Horror Picture Show,
Mm-hmm.
Legend, and Clue.
Okay.
Movie, not the board game.
Okay. So Brad and Susan have broken down outside the
Brad and Janet.
Janet. Oh my God. Sorry,
Mm.
Susan Brandon. Brad and Janet.
Brad and
Janet. Brad and Janet have broken down outside the Clue house.
Mm-hmm.
And so they go into the house, and then Janet is then kidnapped by the devil. And so Brad has to basically solve the mystery of the house and also rescue Janet from Tim Curry's devil.
Excellent.
Easily the sexiest Tim Curry of those three Tim Currys.
Oh, obviously. I mean, I don't know. Frankenfurters.
Dr. Frankenfurter's fishnets are
Frankenfurters.
pretty sexy.
Oh, that's true.
But those horns.
Can we get the mashup, the horns and the fishnet?
That's what I was saying. I want Tim Curry. Like, I want the Tim Curry character to be like all three of his characters.
Tim Curry is a changeling, and he just shapeshifts throughout the story.
I mean, that's pretty much like the story of his. I'm blanking on the butler's name.
Oh, Miss
Wadsworth.
Wadsworth, yeah.
It was Wadsworth. Okay.
Yeah. I'm the butler, sir. I like to keep the kitchen tidy. Sorry.
My takeaway is that I need to rewatch Fantastic Mr. Fox and Moana and Clue and Legend.
Mm-hmm.
I need to rewatch Legend. It's been a while.
So my media for Ellie, I need you to pick a who, what, and where from Sherlock Holmes. Books, movies, the world of Sherlock Holmes is your oyster. Jeeves and Wooster. I mean, ideally the Hugh Laurie, Stephen Fry version, but you can also choose the books if you would like, because those are also very special, very excellent. Or The Dark Tower. Ideally not the Idris Elba version.
Not the movie.
Okay.
But if you need to.
I get it, yeah. So I'm not super strong on the plot of The Dark Tower, so I'm just gonna take a swing at this. So I think I have to have Jeeves and Wooster, and it is Hugh Laurie and Stephen Fry. And they have discovered a portal into another world. Yes, there's other worlds. Okay, I'm doing amazing. And it's this post-apocalyptic wasteland, I believe.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
It's a current apocalypse. It's a wasteland. There
are wastelands. Yeah.
Okay. But there's been a moida. All right. Sorry. There's been a murder, and and Hugh Laurie clearly decides to take the lead as in the investigation, and in doing so, inevitably, Stephen Fry is, going around and gathering clues and making these connections, and Hugh Laurie is going around as his in-charge sidekick. Hugh Laurie is Watson, and Stephen Fry is Sherlock. That's the twist that I'm introducing. But I
love it.
But obviously, he thinks that he's.
Yep.
That's where I'm going with that. But in a wasteland.
Love it. Perfect.
All right. Should we do our rating sprint?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Sam, you ready for the timer?
Yep. See you guys in 25.
See you guys on the side.
Got this.
And that's 25 minutes. We hope you had a productive writing session or brainstorming session or however you spent that time. We would love to hear from you. Let us know what you're working on. Go in the comments, message us. Let us hear from you, friends.
Oh, what's that, Garnet? Oh, you want everyone to like, review, and subscribe to us? Oh, that's so generous. You can find us
Thanks,
wherever you
Garnet.
get your podcast. And follow us on our social media. That one. Links to everything are in the podcast description.
From Tree to Book Writers Group is produced in partnership with Hook and Quill Press LLC. Please check out their socials as well.
Our theme music was by FASSounds.
And remember, wherever we are, we're writing together.
Bye. Good night, Garnet.
Bye.